I'ma flex on my ex, flex on the hoe. You still be in my head, so I'ma let you know. I realize how much I want you when I let you.
Hello everyone. In today's video, we will be discussing top 10 cybersecurity analyst interview questions. So let's get started. Question no. One is, what is your experience with cybersecurity? Now this question is asked to assess your knowledge about cybersecurity and how well versed you are with the same. You should include the tools and technologies that you have used to master your role in previous projects. Also share instances where you were successful in implementing cybersecurity measures and the impact that it created. Here's an example. To answer this question, I have experience of working as a cybersecurity analyst for more than 5 years now. In my last role at ABC Company, I was part of a team that successfully implemented a new security information and event management system. This helped us to detect and respond to security incidents much faster. I also have experience in conducting vulnerability assessments and penetration testing. Next question is, why did you choose a career in cybersecurity? Now this question is asked to check whether your interest lies in cybersecurity or not. So while answering this question, make sure that you do justice to your interest towards cybersecurity. Talk about the things that motivated you to become a cybersecurity professional. Example, I chose a career in cybersecurity because I am passionate about protecting data and systems from cyber threats. I have always been interested in technology and I love solving complex problems. And I believe that cybersecurity is the best field to utilize my skills and knowledge to protect people from cybercrime. Question no. 3 is, what does cybersecurity mean to you? In this question, the interviewer wants to know your perception about cybersecurity. Now here you can talk about the things like confidentiality, integrity, and availability, and how important they are in the field of cybersecurity. You can also mention other aspects such as risk management, compliance, and security awareness training. Example, to me, cybersecurity means ensuring the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data and systems. It is about protecting against unauthorized access, use, or disclosure of sensitive information. It also involves identifying and mitigating vulnerabilities, implementing security controls, and educating users about best practices. Ultimately, cybersecurity is crucial for maintaining trust and confidence in our digital interactions.
Question no, or is, what type of cybersecurity certifications do you hold? Now this question is asked to assess your level of expertise in cybersecurity. Make sure that you discuss the relevant certifications that are required to perform the job role. Also explain the significance of certifications and how they can help you perform better at your work.
Example, I hold several cybersecurity certifications, including CompTIA Security Plus, Certified Ethical Hacker, and Certified Information Systems Security Professional. These certifications have helped me to stay up to date with the latest industry standards and best practices. They have also helped me to develop a deeper understanding of various cybersecurity concepts and principles. Question number 5 is, how do you stay current with the latest trends and technologies in the field of cybersecurity? Now this question checks your interest and efforts in keeping yourself updated with the latest technological advancements. Make sure that you highlight some valid points that showcase your passion for your work. Also share the ways that you have adopted to keep learning and growing. One example could be to attend webinars, read industry publications, engage with professional organizations, and participate in online forums. Example, I stay current with the latest trends and technologies in the field of cybersecurity by attending webinars, reading industry publications, engaging with professional organizations, and participating in online forums. I also follow industry blogs and news websites to keep abreast of the latest developments. Additionally, I continuously expand my skill set by taking online courses and practicing hands-on exercises on cybersecurity ranges. Question number 6 is, can you tell us about a time when you identified a cybersecurity risk? Now this question is asked to check your analytical skills. So while answering this question, make sure that you talk about the time when you identified a cybersecurity risk and the steps that you took to mitigate the risk. STAR method is a great method to answer this question: situation, task, action, and result. So let's try to frame a sentence using the STAR method to answer this question. Can you tell us about a time when you identified a cybersecurity risk? Example, in my previous role, I noticed that our organization was not encrypting sensitive data. This left us vulnerable to data breaches. I took the initiative to research encryption best practices and proposed a plan to encrypt data both in transit and at rest. After implementing the solution, we significantly reduced the risk of data exposure and ensured compliance with industry regulations. Question number 7 is, do you have experience with incident response? Now, this question is asked to assess your ability to handle emergency situations. So if you have experience in handling emergencies, then definitely mention the steps that you have taken to mitigate damages. Example: yes, I do have experience with incident response. In my last role, I was part of a team that responded to a malware incident. My responsibilities included containing the malware, investigating the root cause, and recommending remediation actions. I worked closely with stakeholders to ensure timely communication and coordination. Through this experience, I learned the importance of having a robust incident response plan in place. Question number 8 is, how would you deal with a situation where you discovered a vulnerability in a system, but it was being used by a critical business function? Now, this question checks your decision-making skills, so make sure that you answer this question wisely. You need to highlight the points that show your ability to take decisions in critical situations. Example: if I discovered a vulnerability in a system that was being used by a critical business function, I would first assess the risk associated with the vulnerability and its potential impact on the business. I would then work with the relevant stakeholders to develop a plan to remediate the vulnerability, while minimizing disruption to the business. This may involve implementing a phased approach to patching the system or deploying compensating controls. Throughout the process, I would keep the business informed of the risks and any proposed solutions. It is essential to balance security, risk, and business needs when dealing with such situations. Question number 9 is, how do you prioritize tasks when faced with multiple competing priorities? Now, this question is asked to check your organizational skills. So while answering this question, make sure that you mention the factors that you consider while prioritizing your tasks. Also provide an example of a situation where you had to prioritize multiple tasks and how you went about doing it. Example: when faced with multiple competing priorities, I consider the urgency, importance, and dependencies of each task. I also take into account the potential impact of each task on the organization's goals. For example, if a vulnerability scan identified multiple vulnerabilities, I would prioritize the tasks based on the severity of the vulnerabilities and their potential impact. I would also consider any remediation efforts already in progress and coordinate with other team members to ensure a consistent approach to prioritization. Question number 10 is, how would you investigate a security incident? Now, this question is asked to check your problem-solving skills. So while answering this question, make sure that you mention the steps that you will take to investigate a security incident. Make sure that you include all the necessary steps that will lead you to find the root cause. Also mention the tools that you will use to reach the desired result. Example: to investigate a security incident, I would follow a structured approach that includes identifying the scope and objectives of the investigation, gathering and analyzing evidence, determining the root cause of the incident, and recommending corrective actions. I would use a combination of technical and non-technical skills to conduct the investigation. For example, I would use forensic tools to analyze system logs and network traffic and conduct interviews with stakeholders to gather information about the incident. Throughout the investigation, I would document my findings and maintain a chain of custody over the evidence collected. The ultimate goal of the investigation is to identify the root cause of the incident and recommend actions to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. So these were the top 10 cybersecurity analyst interview questions. If you want us to make a video on cybersecurity analysts interview questions and answers, then comment below and let us know. We will try to make a video on that as well. Also, if you want us to cover any other topic, then make sure that you comment below. We will definitely try to cover that too. Thank you and have a great day.